This is the brand new Sony FE4 Power Zoom 16 to 35mm G lens. I had the opportunity to try it out on a recent shoot paired with the A7M4 and I'm really excited about its potential. Now this is not a review video but more just my first impressions of real world use. Those familiar with my work will know that I often use zoom lenses, not only because they're effective, but because the ability to zoom while recording opens up more creative possibilities. There's a big difference between zooming in digitally in post and zooming in optically because the compression changes, altering the entire feel of your frame. The magic happens when the compression changes in real time, combined with movement. Pushing forward while zooming in can create an intense moment of focus on your subject. And that's exactly what I wanted to achieve with this film. I chose the A7M4 because it performs better in S-Log3 in the lower ISO ranges, but also because it has the ability to shoot 4K in APS-C mode, making the lens much more versatile. Although shooting in crop gives you better rolling shutter performance, I barely used it, even when doing fast movements. The trick here is really just to beef up the camera with support, because the heavier the rig, the more stable your shots will be. I'm going to do a full breakdown later discussing how we went about the shoot, including crew, lights and gear. The lens is super light, coming in at just 353 grams, considerably lighter than its predecessor, but still rocking that amazing build quality. This makes it more accessible to use on smaller gimbals, and a great plus point is the internal zoom, which means you don't have to rebalance your gimbal when you change your focal length. The zoom button is really simple to use, and that's because of the linear motor. Further you press it up, the quicker it will zoom in, and pushing it up just a little bit and holding it will give you a slow and constant zoom. This enables you to get the exact speed of your zoom for the range of your movement, like what we did with the skateboard dolly shot. The same goes for handheld shots. I was able to comfortably hold the camera steady while keeping my finger on the button, getting amazing results. One thing I immediately noticed is that the autofocus performs especially well on the zoom shots, where I usually struggle with lenses that zoom manually. That's because the lens automatically compensates for the focus in relation to how much you zoom. I don't see this lens as a one-stop solution, but really just an awesome tool to have in your bag, like a telephoto lens or a macro lens. If you haven't seen the full version of this film yet, you know what to do. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.